if you hit someone with your car and you have no insurance, unfortunately he dies, then per head it's 3 million. That is the much you are supposed to pay. So if you hit 2 people, that is 6 million.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are inviting you to another episode of knowledge sharing and ensuring that we educate each other on matters of vehicles and transportation business here in Kenya. So I want to show you our guest for today. As you can see, he is a very, very well dressed gentleman, and I know what you can expect is nothing than wisdom and information that will help you. As usual, I always like showing you where we are shooting our video from. So this is a place where I have shot so many videos, because a lot of taxi drivers love coming here to park their vehicles as they wait for trips to come through. This place is called Camp David, and it is not very far from Thika Road. Actually, I would say is a kilometer or 2 or less from Thika Superhighway. I'm just showing you some of the buildings so that when you drive around, you can know exactly where we are, and if you find us here next time, you say hi. So the topic of today is one of the most exciting topics that is rarely discussed in Kenya, and the topic of today is about vehicle insurance. I know we have done quite a number of videos on this topic, but today is a different one. And to start that conversation, I will invite our guest to introduce himself, to tell us his name and what he does in the field of insurance, and maybe introduce the topic for today.
Thank you. Yes, to our viewers, again I welcome you, and I'm delighted to be in this channel as we expound more on insurance. And today's topic, okay, let me start by introducing myself. My name is Elijah Mwai.
Yes.
I am a financial advisor, and also I deal with insurances from all over, ranging from motor, medical, life insurance, term insurance, aircraft insurance, all those.
Thank you.
What we deal with.
Yes. So Elijah, I know there is so much you can talk about insurance. There are so many types of insurance, but today, just allow me to take you slowly by slowly.
All right.
Nitakuuliza a few questions so that you can help us understand. So there is someone who asked me one day, why is it that we have these insurance companies like Britam, CIC and everything, and then we have agents? And in one of the videos we did, our guest told us agents will help you get paid by the company. And people are asking, why do we need intermediaries in this insurance business?
Okay.
Maybe briefly, before we get into the topic of today.
So, thank you, Joe. Let me start by saying that insurance is not as straightforward as a banking service. So sometimes there are some technical issues that you as the client may not be knowing, or some departments that require some let me call it some small knowledge, and we talk of a claim process, and that one requires the attention of an agent. So that is why even if it's a medical case, sometimes you still need that person to guide you, because you may not always remember everything as a client. So unlike in a banking system, the person who showed you or who filled you the forms for application, you don't even remember him. But in insurance, it's quite let me call it a little bit complex as compared to other services. And because insurance is a service, there are a lot of updates that keeps on coming. That is why you need an agent to keep on informing you on what are the changes.
Now it makes sense completely.
Yes.
Because some people are saying, the agents or the intermediaries, they are there to make their cut, and they were seen as brokers like the ones we have in the agricultural value chains.
Right.
But from what you have explained, definitely,
Yes.
the claim process is very technical, it's very complex,
Yeah.
and you need someone who knows the process to help you
Yes.
through it.
Yes, and sometimes, just to clarify,
Yes.
during the especially claiming process,
Yes.
you as the client may skip some important information, which you can be really assisted by the agent, because the agent knows some technical aspects of the process. But if you are the client, and let's say you want to claim a windshield, you may put a statement that jeopardizes your chances of getting paid. It's not really a straightforward kind of a service. That is what we are trying to say.
Yes.
Yes.
So what you are saying is that insurance companies, they are not in a business of paying people their claims.
No, no. Okay.
They want to pay, to not pay as many as possible, but they don't enjoy like paying.
Okay. I may not really put it that way, but what I can tell you is that insurance, it involves mostly compensation or payment of these risks. So sometimes, as much as the insurance company is there to take you back to where you were before the happening, still we've witnessed a lot of fraudulent acts by clients. So we are also cautious, because our industry, if let exposed, we can collapse. And insurance has a lot of other services that they support. So it's a whole chain that can collapse. If it collapses, be sure it's not only that aspect. Yes.
So you are telling me also that there are so many bad people who want maybe to take advantage of claims.
Yes.
So also the insurance companies have to be very, very keen, so that they don't pay claims that are not worth.
Yeah, sure.
Wow. Yes. So thank you for clarifying that. So the topic of today, the question that I wanted to ask you is about why some people don't have insurances. Because insurance, even in our previous video, we said that is like a game of hide and seek with policemen.
Yes.
So I wanted to understand from you, what type of risk do people expose themselves when they drive their vehicles without insurance? So for instance, if you are involved in an accident and you don't have an insurance cover, or you are caught by the police. Of course, in Kenya, it is a bit easy, because if you have like a 1,000, very quickly you give it out, you are free to go.
Yes.
But assuming that you get yourself in a complex legal case because you are caught without insurance and the police did not want to take bribe.
Yes.
How much will you part with for you to be free?
Okay.
Yes.
So again, let me put it in a very straightforward way.
Yes.
If by any chance something happens and you have that car, yeah, and you have the car, you already know that you don't have an insurance, or you could be having the car and you think you have an insurance, because by the virtue of you having the sticker, you could be thinking that you have a valid insurance policy. Unfortunately, it is always wise, first of all, to verify whether you have a valid insurance policy, because these are the risks. If, for example, you hit someone or you damage someone's property, there are some damages that you may incur. The damages varies depending with what you've hit. For example, if you have, let's take a simple scenario of a person. You've hit a person. Unfortunately, the person either died or became permanently disabled, or even he didn't really suffer major injuries. He just suffered minor injuries. What are you likely to pay? So let us start with the death. If you hit someone with your car and you have no insurance, unfortunately he dies, per head it's 3 million. That is the much you are supposed to pay. So if you hit 2 people, that is 6 million. It is even worse if you had carried someone whom you are not related to. For example, you had an accident and you and a friend, and you've hit either someone. In the process, the person whom you had carried either gets injury, and the person, maybe the pedestrian, also suffers injuries which causes death. You will pay twice. You will pay the person who was injured in your car, and you also pay the death of that pedestrian.
It's 3 million.
Each 3 million. So that is why it is very, very important for you to have the simplest form of insurance, that's the third party. Leave alone the comprehensive, because comprehensive cover covers what we call the car itself. But if you don't have a third party cover, and I will tell you how much, if you have a third party cover, the insurance company caps the compensation to a limit of 3 million. So if you don't have the insurance cover, the much the insurance would have paid, it comes directly from you. So that is why it is important to have that simple insurance. And can you believe it? A third party cover ranges from around 7,000 all the way up to maybe 15,000, depending with the company. So some insurance may be quite, you could be charged quite a small amount of premium. However, that one doesn't really guarantee you that in the event of a claim, you would get paid, because the difference, and I can show you later, the difference can be maybe 2,000, 3,000. What if you pay that 5,000 or 6,000, and then a claim comes? Unfortunately, the insurance, because it may decline to pay, and you are told we cannot honor this, because what you are trying to do, you are trying to avoid a small cost of going to an insurance that is capable of honoring such a big claim. And if you look at market today, if last year but one, the insurance companies have raised the much or the amount of premium you are supposed to pay for that party. Kitambo, we used to pay from 4,500
per year.
Today you can get as high as 15,000. But it is always good to pay that much, because in the event of a claim, that insurance company, you bet, or you are sure it will really honor that claim.
Yes. So the other question you did not answer was about if you are caught by the police, assuming you have not caused an accident, you have not hit anyone, you are just caught like this without a valid insurance, and the police does not want to take a bribe. He says, "Twende ndani." How much will you be asked to pay if you are taken up all the way to the court?
Okay, so that one depends with the leniency of the police officer. If he can decide to do two things. One, he can decide to call you an agent at the police station, so that he sells you that insurance, and you are set free. But of course, you will have to pay something small. Alternatively is when they decide to pursue the case, all the way up. If they decide to take you to court, of course, there are guidelines. There are those laws that guides us on how much penalty to pay in the event you are taken to court. But that one depends with, of course, the judge. So that one is...
But now I think it is straightforward for an expired insurance. If you don't have, you don't have.
If you don't,
penalty should be known. I think if I can even judge someone
Yeah.
if I knew.
Yes.
So I assume you have the figure.
Okay, from the scenarios, past scenarios we've had a varying figures. So that is why I don't want to really put it openly, because it will depend again with the judge, yeah, and the explanation you may give to the judges. Yes.
So it's not like there is a standard fee if you say it's 50,000, 60,000.
No.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
So that is very, very educative. But I think my take home from what you are saying is that if someone causes an accident without an insurance cover, they will pay 3 million per
3
person
million. Yes, that is
they
for
cause harm to.
That is 3 million and 1 billion for injury.
For injuries.
Yes.
Wow.
So if you hit, because we let's take a scenario where you have a car and maybe there are some people selling things just alongside the road, and we know how sometimes it becomes very fatal if an accident happens. If you you hit like 4 or 5 people, you can guess what would happen. And I can tell you, it is not as easy as people think. If you are taken to court and you caused damages or injuries to pedestrian, and you don't have an insurance a policy, it becomes very, very tough. Yes, because it's not really it is even the family that pursues you. You may be forced to sell. If, let me put it this way, assume you have hit someone and you've been taken to court. Unfortunately, you don't have the money to pay. So what are the consequences? Apart from you going to jail, the court may attach your own property. Yeah, they may even dispose that property so that you pay first before you even go to jail. You pay first the families of the injured. Yes, so that is the implication. Yeah.
Sawa. So I will ask you the last unrelated question.
Yes.
And this question is coming from the agent who sells me insurance for my cars.
Yes.
So she told me that if I am ever involved in an incident, an accident or anything,
Yes,
whether knowing or unknowing, whether it is me being accused or accusing,
yes,
I should never accept
liability.
being on the wrong.
Yes.
So even if I am a Christian, I told her I am a Christian, I cannot lie. If I hit someone, I will come out and say I have hit someone. So what do you think about that advice?
Yeah.
Is it, am I being advised to lie?
No. The essence of you having the insurance is to transfer the risk. So because you paid for that motor, or you paid for that insurance, so you automatically transferred the risk to who? To the insurance company. So in the event of anything, whether wrong or right, whether you've done something wrong or right, the first policy of an insurance is do not accept the liability, because it is not for you to judge. Yeah, you could be thinking you did a mistake. Unfortunately, the mistake could be from the other party. So that is why we always advise our especially our clients who already have motor insurance to, first of all, if an accident happens, the very first thing is you don't move that car. Do not move it. Let it stay where it is. The second thing is that inform your agent, because he will be able to advise you on what next to do. Then the third thing, always call the police. If you believe you did not do anything wrong, let the police be there so that they can write the report. Yeah. Once they do the report, the insurance company now takes over from that point. Yes.
Wow, I think we'll do another video for that. Already have like 3-4 ideas of our next videos, especially the step-by-step process that people should follow when they are involved in an accident.
Yes.
Or for example, when you are arrested by the police. You know, there are things that so many people don't know.
Yes.
Like what you mentioned about if a policeman catches me today with an expired insurance, what is the recommended way to handle that situation?
Yeah, sure.
Should you kausha your kichwa, tell him take me in, or advices on those kind of stuff?
Yes.
So Elijah, we are very grateful for your time.
Thank you so
and
much.
for the insights you have shared with us.
Yes.
And we really look forward to hosting you many other times on this channel.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, you too. Thank you.
Guys, that was it for today. I hope you have enjoyed, and we look forward to hosting Elijah again for conversation around insurance matters.